It's embarrassing that while SpaceX successfully lifted its rocket to orbit, Blue Origin has still struggled with its suborbital launches. It's true, the debut launch of the latest model of Blue Origin's New Shepard suborbital vehicle, at first glance, occurred with flying colors. However, in reality, it hides serious problems that the company itself avoids talking about. This once again raises skepticism about a culture of cover-up within the company. Find out everything in today's episode. To start, let's use one word to describe Blue Origin. You can feel free to share your idea in the comment below. In my view, I will nickname them Blue Origin's Secret, simply because I'm a big fan of Victoria's Secret fashion show. Okay, I'm just kidding. Primarily caused by Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin's CEO prefers to hide many things about the operation of his company, including the New Glenn rocket's development, and even the data around the first flight of a new model of its New Shepard suborbital vehicle, called NS-27. On October 27th, NS-27 saw the first uncrewed test flight of the second New Shepard vehicle, designed to carry human passengers high off the Earth, but not into orbit. It occurred after 2 scrubbed attempts on the 7th and 13th, respectively. The launch is called by the company as nominal and on target despite 2 weird points. First, NS-27 appears to be less successful than its previous test flight, NS-26. Its first-stage rocket, called Booster 5, reached a peak altitude of 102.3 kilometers above sea level, while Blue Origin's new crew capsule, RSS Kármán line, flew to an apogee of 102.4 kilometers. On NS-26, the capsule went to 105.4 kilometers. Previous New Shepard flights, both crewed and uncrewed, have typically flown to altitudes of between 105 and 107 kilometers above sea level. It stems from the engine shutdown on NS-27 took place about 2 seconds earlier than the previous flight. NS-26 had a maximum ascent speed at engine shutdown of 3,602 kilometers per hour, while NS-27's maximum ascent speed was 3,473 kilometers per hour, according to data released by Blue Origin. A lower speed at engine shutdown would result in a lower apogee. So, what's wrong with the new model? Of course, we have no idea about it because the company didn't explain. They also didn't publicly release statistics about the flight, including peak altitude and speed as it normally does. It's safe to say that it would be normal to have an anomaly in the first flight of any vehicle, not to mention this is the testing of New Shepard's new model. Anyway, it is apparently close enough to the mark for Blue Origin. However, what puzzled us the most was BO's cover-up, which reflected that something was not quite right inside the company. That's the problem. It's been 24 years, and from outside of the company, all we see is big talk and little results. We have been waiting and waiting for the debut of BO's New Glenn rocket, which is advertised as a Falcon 9's competitor. New Glenn is a heavy-lift launch vehicle and is being used for placing crewed and uncrewed payloads into Earth orbit and beyond. Like SpaceX's Falcon 9, New Glenn is a 2-stage booster, with a reusable first stage that, mission planners hope, will land vertically after stage separation. New Glenn has experienced a slow development and manufacturing process that has led to significant delays. Development of the New Glenn rocket started before 2013 and was formally announced in 2016, with an inaugural flight planned for 2020. However, that date has come and gone without any launch. Another light hope has come as the company announced a new launch date for the long-awaited vehicle, no earlier than November 2024. To add to the certainty, they also said that this launch will carry a prototype Blue Ring spacecraft and serve as its first certification launch for the Space Force's National Security Space Launch Program. News on the rocket's development has been updated more frequently, with the latest news indicating that the installation of 7 B-4 New Glenn engines has been completed. While we don't know if a November 2024 launch date is feasible, here's hoping they can make it happen. How about you? Do you believe that the inaugural New Glenn launch could happen in November as planned? Let me know in the comments. Like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos also has a big dream of colonizing space. Build enormous space stations that would allow 1 trillion humans to live throughout the solar system. Though he said he won't see them built in his lifetime, Bezos founded Blue Origin for the purpose of making his vision come to life. Musk has his sights on Mars, saying he wants to establish a permanent, self-sustaining human colony of 1 million people on the red planet by 2050. SpaceX is helping him toward that goal. Nevertheless, as you can see, despite sharing the same vision with SpaceX, BO is opaque compared to Elon's company, which often gives the impression that there just isn't any progress to see. Alongside New Glenn, Bezos, in 2021, unveiled plans to build a private space station called Orbital Reef by 2030. The outpost will initially complement, but eventually take the baton from the International Space Station, which is expected to be retired in the 2028 to 2030 timeframe. Orbital Reef's envisioned customers include national governments, private industry, and space tourists. Brent Sherwood, Senior Vice President of Advanced Development Programs for Blue Origin, declared, "We will expand access, lower the cost, and provide all the services and amenities needed to normalize spaceflight," he added. A vibrant business ecosystem will grow in low Earth orbit, generating new discoveries, new products, new entertainment, and global awareness. That's an amazing plan, and fans of space exploration were very excited about a promising future that BO drew for them. Ironically, that excitement has gradually disappeared when updates about the project have gradually dried up over time. Even in 2023, BO and its partner, Sierra Space, navigated a potential end to the Orbital Reef partnership. In the latest update on NASA's website in March, Blue Origin's Orbital Reef recently completed testing milestones for its critical life support system. But on X, the latest information about the project still stops last December. Clearly, Blue's fans are more pessimistic than anyone else. In contrast, SpaceX enthusiast seems to be the happiest fan in the world, as almost every news about SpaceX's activities is provided on a daily basis. As of October 24th, SpaceX launched the 100th Falcon 9 liftoff of 2024, increasing the total launch of rockets from the Falcon 9 family to nearly 400 times. In this way, SpaceX has helped the United States lead the world in the number of orbital launches and total payloads into orbit. And those record-breaking rockets weren't the only recent major accomplishments by SpaceX. On October 13th, the SpaceX Starship rocket left the whole world in awe with the unprecedented performance. Under Starship's 5th test flight, its gigantic Super Heavy rocket booster, for the first time, returned to the launch site and was caught mid-air with a giant chopstick-like contraption called Mechazilla. Starship's success is a testament to human ingenuity and persistence onwards to Mars and beyond. Starship's maiden launch took off in April 2023. That launch aimed solely to get the 121-meter vehicle off the launch pad. And it did just that before exploding minutes into flight over the Gulf of Mexico. Based on data collected from the first flight, SpaceX entered the second attempt on November 18, 2023. The test marked a new milestone for Starship's development, as the rocket successfully lifted off. All 33 Raptor engines on the Super Heavy booster started up successfully, and for the first time, completed a full-duration burn during ascent. Starship separated from Super Heavy successfully as well, via a technique known as hot staging. However, the upper stage, known as Starship, exploded about 8 minutes after launch, the same fate that met the vehicle's huge first stage, called Super Heavy, 4.5 minutes earlier. SpaceX launched the third test flight of its Starship rocket on March 14th and reached space as the company pushed development of the Mammoth vehicle past new milestones. The rocket flew further than previous tests, with the flight lasting about an hour before Starship broke up above the Indian Ocean. The company noted that the vehicle did not splash down in the water, which was the intended ending of the flight. The flight represents a significant step towards SpaceX, completing prototype testing and beginning operational Starship launches. For Starship Flight 6, SpaceX quickly rolled out a Super Heavy rocket for the upcoming test flight, manifesting that the test may be soon. The company performed a static fire on September 18th at its Starbase site in South Texas, briefly igniting the 6 Raptor engines of Ship 31, the upper stage of the vehicle that will conduct the 6th Starship test flight. Following Ship 31, its booster, B-13, also took part in its own static fire test on October 24th. And that just about wraps it up for today's episode. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you next time.